Welcome to the Knockout Zone, where boxing is the language that we speak. Today I want to talk about this punch that so many boxers use it, but there are specific boxers who rely so much on it that they use it as a weapon to finish the fight at all times, or let me say most of the time.
The Knockout Zone.
I'm talking here about the uppercut, and I want to speak about those boxers who rely so much on it. And I want to start with Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, Tank Davis is a marvel to watch. I've never seen a fighter who is so free in the ring. There's no difference between him sitting in his living room at home and him inside the boxing ring. He is so relaxed. That is why he is so dangerous. Tank Davis is one of the fighters. I would say he comes from a different planet, and he uses the uppercut in an amazing way. So he would watch you fight him. Sometimes you would just be attacking him and he would just be looking at you, and while the crowds think that he's losing the fight, Tank Davis is just watching for that small opportunity where he will land the uppercut. And when he does, it's always lights out for the other opponent. He carries a tremendous amount of power that would knock out someone 2 times his weight. And like I've said, he would be in the ring talking to his mom, talking to someone outside of the ring, just waiting to land that one big uppercut. Another fighter that had a dangerous uppercut was the former heavyweight champion, former undisputed heavyweight champion, Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is one of the greatest heavyweight champions we've ever seen. And he relied heavily on the uppercut. And Lennox Lewis knew exactly when to throw the uppercut. And whenever he did, it was always lights out to his opponent. So Lennox Lewis is one of the dangerous fighters that you always had to be careful whenever you're fighting against him. And you could see the way he was looking at you, that he was aiming at throwing the uppercut. And whenever the opportunity presented itself, he would throw that uppercut, and he knew that if ever it landed, then you were gone. One of my favorite heavyweight champions is Riddick Bowe. Big Daddy Bowe was a good fighter, good champion, and he also had a poisonous uppercut. And you can see how he threw it against Evander Holyfield. So Riddick Bowe is one of those champions that you always had to be careful standing in front of him, because to begin with, he was a big heavyweight, yet at the same time, he was very fast. And whenever you made a mistake, he would throw that uppercut and it will knock you down. So Riddick Bowe, one of those heavyweight champions, I would consider carried a dangerous uppercut. Larry Holmes, a champion who is known for his thunderous jab. One other weapon that he carried was the uppercut. And you can see how he knocked out Mike Weaver using the uppercut. So Larry Holmes, as a wise champion, whenever you were standing in front of him, you had to be careful, because he was always looking to throw that uppercut whenever the opportunity presented itself. And whenever he threw it, it was dangerous. Big George Foreman, I didn't really see him as relying so much on the uppercut, but nonetheless, there was a time where he threw the uppercut and he dropped Gary Cooney. The way he did it, it reminded me of Jesse Joe Walcott, a man who would just walk and throw the uppercut while he's walking. Mike Tyson had a lethal uppercut as well. You know, the way he threw it, he wouldn't throw it in isolation. First, he would go down, hit you in the body, and come up with the uppercut. So that's how he knocked so many opponents using the uppercut. So he was unique in the way that it didn't rely solely on the uppercut, but mainly he relied on the combination of punches, and he would throw a punch on your stomach and then come up with the uppercut that would knock you out. Evander Holyfield was an ever dangerous fighter in the ring. A dangerous counterpuncher, and in most times he would throw the uppercut as a counterpunch. So he would lean back and throw the uppercut and knock you out. So he's one of those fighters I consider to have heard a dangerous uppercut in the ring. Michael Spinks, one of the wisest champions in the ring, he had a way of throwing his uppercuts as well, and I want you to see how he throws his uppercut against Muhammad Kawi. Michael Spinks had this unique boxing style, so you would hardly know which punch he was going to throw because the way he would come forward towards you, you never knew which way he was going to go. There's also terrible Terry Norris. I saw him throwing the uppercut, and the way he did it, it was amazing. I want you to see how he threw it against the great Sugar Ray Leonard, and Terry Norris is one of the toughest fighters that I've seen in the ring. So there you have it. I know that I might have omitted some of the fighters that you know of that use the uppercut as their greatest weapon as well, but I have chosen these, and in my opinion, I think they all possessed a dangerous uppercut in the ring.